Welcome, podcast listeners. This is one of our episodes of the Fret Talk podcast. You are here with your host. It's Mr. Budget Pedal Chap. Say hi, mate. Yo. You are also here with Mr. Matt Quine. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Right, Matt. How's it going, Matt?
Yeah, not too bad. Busy, but yeah, good.
Busy. Is this guitar busy or is this like actual adulting busy?
Lots of adulting busy, and I've literally got home a quarter of an hour ago from setting up for a gig tomorrow night, so a little bit of guitar busy as well.
Nice. And what's this gig that we're doing this week then?
It's a 30th birthday party, so it'll be good fun. Should be a lot of people my age getting really drunk, so should be a good laugh.
Sounds awesome. What kind of what equipment we're using for this one, Matt?
So because I know a lot of the people that are going to be there, I thought I'd go for a classy look. So I'm using the Cabronita, the Variax, and me Vox with me pedal board, me big pedal board.
Awesome. I've just noticed I've got a smudge on my glasses and I can't do fuck all about it now. It's going to drive me absolutely mental. But hey ho, I'll just not try and look out my right eye.
I'm sure that'd be fine. You don't need eyes, do you?
Well, yeah. If I didn't have a list of things that we're going to be talking about today in front of me, then yeah, that'd be fine. Unfortunately, I happen to steer this ship, so I may need some eyes.
Yeah, possibly.
So this week, I've actually done quite a bit, but I'm going to start off with something that I've not written down, and it's just reminded me by looking at your face.
Wow, is it a weird piece of fucked up gear?
Well, it's gear which is for you.
Ah, yes.
So last week I said I'm probably going to pick up that cab sometime soon, and within a couple of days of saying that, I picked up that cab. So, hey, the chap seemed like a nice chap. Just for those people who didn't know about this is a 112 Hayden cab, which is for your mini mofo.
It is. It's to link with the cab that originally came with it. They're matching cabs, so it just means that I've basically got a mini stack.
Well, you don't have a mini stack just yet.
But
I've got a wonderful coffee table.
Right enough.
Yep. But on top of that, I received 2 little goodies through the post. In fact, 3 little goodies through the post today. Not today. Yesterday or the day before. So, one of those things you sent to me, didn't you, Matt?
I did. So I was clearing out some stuff, put some pickups up for sale, and I mentioned that I was going to put a Boss pedal up for sale, and you asked me whether it was a through hole or whether it was some weird thing that I didn't really understand what you were saying. So I opened it up and said, I think it's through hole. I sent you a picture.
Yep. And this is a pedal that I used to own and sold it because it was terrible.
I am selling it because it's terrible. You know this.
Yeah. It was. You didn't sell it me under false pretenses. I just thought maybe I can make it less terrible.
I'd be interested to hear it if it was less terrible.
Yeah. What I might do, see what mods are online, and if I can apply those mods without breaking it, I might send it back to you and see what you think.
Sounds like a plan.
So there was that. There was the Boss OS2, which is universally considered not great, not one of their best.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I picked it up for free in a deal where I also bought the Dan Electro talk box that I had, and the guy was like, I bought 2 pedals when I used to play guitar. This is the Boss pedal and this is the talk box. I don't know why, like, a mate of mine that I went to school with, he bought these 2 pedals, didn't know what he was doing. It was just like, here, do you want either of them? And I just said, I'll take the talk box. And as I bought the talk box off, and they just gave me the Boss pedal and went, I just don't want to see this anymore. I'm not playing the guitar. Just take it.
Yeah, fair play to the man. Fair play. I mean, that is probably the best you can hope for with that pedal.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's my burden now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got a couple of Boss pedals that I've got kicking around, which I am planning on modding eventually. I did get the soldering iron out today, actually. So the hiatus has been broken.
Excellent news.
Indeed. Excellent news for our good friend Sai as well, because most likely by the time that this podcast is out, he will be in receipt of a fuzz pedal, which is very similar to your Balls Out Fuzz, but is slightly less childish. Although I might draw some balls inside the enclosure. I don't know yet.
I was just going to say, surely there needs to be testicles somewhere, even if it's just on the inside.
Yeah. So yeah, one thing that did strike me though was how long this hiatus has been. I thought, it's only been summer. There was a fine layer of dust over my equipment, so much so that before I did any soldering, I had to clean the equipment.
Wow.
I know.
You know, bearing in mind it started getting hot in May, and we're now in November.
Yeah. Yeah, fully put my hands up, my bad. But yeah, I remember making pedals is quite fun, and then you get to play them afterwards, which is also fun. So that's probably going to happen some more now. But yeah, like there's so much that I've done this week. So first of all, we're going to start off by probably about 5 days ago now. In your terms, in my terms, it's about 2 days ago. The Fret Talk podcast released the next in the interview series with a man called Dave Rage, an Instagram channel called Dave Rage, a man called Anjay. Don't ask me to spell it. There's a D in there somewhere. And then there's a Z. Yeah. So, Anjay, yeah, he's a cool guy. He runs a similar Instagram, YouTube shtick to myself, and we got talking and were like, yeah, we should do something, but we need to do something big. So we've done a competition, and this competition, it's going to run for the entirety of November. With the closing date in December, and it's basically a guitar solo challenge. However, what that usually means is be as wanky as possible and do the most technical guitar playing that's not necessarily musical but shows off as much as you can, and this is definitely not that. It is definitely not that. So the premise behind it, yeah. I look at those and just go, nah, I shouldn't bother. Whereas this is so the kind of two thought processes behind this. Number one is that we want to hear guitar solos that use guitar effects that are a bit strange, a bit outlandish, or just that mean something to you. So that's kind of one of the ways in which you can impress us, by using an effect in a really, really awesome way. The second way is by playing really, really tastefully. So guitar solos that are well thought out and very melodic, rather than just look at how many notes I can play. So if you want to kind of be in the running for getting one of those top prizes, then melodic and using a guitar effect which you think is awesome. So that's the concept behind it. Like I say, it runs throughout the whole of December, and the next Fret Talk interview podcast will be us deciding the winner. So,
nice.
That's going to be pretty cool. And what that's going to signify is it's going to be the end of the interview series as it is currently. So we're currently in like season 2 of the interviews. I think we're at like episode 7 at the moment. So episode 8 is going to be where I'm going to leave it for like the winter, and then come back to it kind of February time-ish, maybe. I don't know. Because these interview things are really awesome and fun to do, but they take a little bit of prep and some legwork behind the scenes. And to be honest, over winter, I can't be asked. So
don't blame you.
Yep. So we're gonna do that. It's gonna be a little hiatus. The main podcast will run as usual, and I think we'll probably have a week off or 2 weeks off during Christmas at some point, just because it's so difficult to get people together.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But yeah, we might do a mammoth spectacular just 2-hour castathon again.
We did last year, didn't we?
We did, and it was
without
awesome.
any intention.
Yeah, we did like an hour's worth of material and spun it out to 2 hours.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to happen. So yeah, if you want to enter that competition, you need to post your entry as a Instagram video. The backing track is 1 minute long, and it's made on purpose to be 1 minute long so that you can get it in an Instagram video. And then you need to post that with the hashtag BPCYARS. So that's BPCYARS. So it's Budget Pedal Chap and yet another review site. And that will mean that me and Anjay will be able to search them. We'll be able to find your entry, and you will be then in the running for it. But there was one final kind of secret prize thing that we're going to do as well. So if you can rally some people around hitting the subscribe button on my channel, if we can get it up to 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel, I will personally throw in another prize, and then there may be another winner. And the same for Anjay, but his next milestone is 300. So if we can get him up to 300, he's going to throw another prize in as well.
Ace.
So we're gonna kind of drip feed you what the prizes are for the solo competition over the month. But there's already been one announced, so go over to Anjay's Instagram, which is Dave Rage or Daverage, and check it out, because it's well worth it. I'm very tempted to try and win it myself.
Pretty sure you're not allowed to do that, but
well, I make the rules, so I don't know. It would be a pretty shitty way to do a competition, though. And the winner is, yes, it's me.
Excellent news.
But I am gonna do my own solo for it as well when I get a chance. So I'm gonna join in with the competition. I'm just not going to enter myself as a contestant.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah,
I will endeavour to try and at some point get some time where I can do it myself, but I'm really crap at technology, so I don't know how I'm going to be able to do it. I'll just have to work out some kind of botched way to record it.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's only like recording yourself jamming on it over like your phone audio, that is completely fine. It doesn't have to be like beautiful quality audio. It just needs to be interesting.
My issue is trying to get the phone recording to have the backing track on it as well.
Oh, right. So I had this problem with Andrew's competition last Christmas, and I had my phone recording my guitar part, and I had my laptop sat next to me with the backing track going through headphones. Okay, and then I superimposed the backing track on top of the solo afterwards.
Now you've lost me. I don't know how to do that.
If you send me both the files, Matt, I will do that for you, okay? I will make that possible.
Yeah, I can definitely do the recording of the guitar. It's just the trying to record the backing track or put the backing track and the recording together that I'm technically inept for.
There you go. Yeah, so that's the kind of first hurdle. If you can get over that hurdle, you can enter the competition.
I did enter Andy's one last Christmas, and do you know what I did? I had my iPad playing the backing track through a Bluetooth speaker that was underneath the microphone that I was using, and then I put the guitar amp far away from the microphone because the amp was louder than the speaker, and then played the track through the speaker, stood right next to it with my ear next to the microphone so I could hear the speaker to hear the backing track, and did it like that, and it was terrible, so I'm not doing that again.
Well, yeah, there are easier ways, Matt. There are easier ways.
I just don't know them.
Yeah, I'll walk you through it. So, I mean, that's the big thing that's happened this week. But I've done some awesome other things.
Can I just stop you there?
Yeah.
You said you received 3 smaller things through the post, talked about the boss pedal, and then stopped talking about the things you received through the post.
Shit. Okay, yeah, thank you, Matthew. So I received...
Just to try to bring it back, just because, there's not been enough talk about me yet.
Yeah. That's great that you've done things, but talk about me. So the one thing was the boss pedal. The other thing, you were talking to me about TC pedals the other week, weren't you? I
was.
The TC budget line, the TC Behringers.
Yeah.
And you were also talking about the fact that shipping to the Isle of Man is ridiculous.
£11.99 I was being charged.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
If you think that's bad, GAC want to charge £19 to send a pedal to the Isle of Man.
They could probably throw it.
Yeah, I don't use GAC for anything other than guitar or amp purchases because, like I say, 19 quid for a pedal postage is just ridiculous.
Yeah, on a £24 pedal, 26, sorry. Yeah, it seems a bit extortionate. So, considering I'm already sending a cab to you, we thought this is a way of cheating the system. So I ordered a TC Afterglow for you, and I will ship it out when I eventually get round to shipping your cab.
Excellent.
I haven't plugged it in yet, but I pulled it out of the box, and it seems pretty sturdily made. I was really impressed with the quality of it.
I was the same. When I pulled the nether out, I was expecting something quite flimsy. Yeah. Really weighty and built like a solid pedal, or feels like it's built like a solid pedal.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever played the old the Behringer ones that are in the big metal housing, because I had a vintage phase, but they made quite a few of them, and they were bent metal enclosures, but with a giant black V drawn on the front. There was the vintage Tube Monster and the vintage Phase, vintage Tape Machine and stuff like this. It all had vintage, and I assume that's why it's got a giant V. Snigger. I saw that you were smirking at it.
I mean, I can't not smirk when somebody says you've got a giant V. Yeah,
a giant V. Yeah, so it's to be expected. It's our usual shtick. So I was expecting something like that because they were massive pedals, but they were really light. And I was expecting something like that, and it wasn't that at all. It was really weighty. It seemed really sturdily built, and the finish on it seemed pretty good as well, considering that this was 26 quid's worth of pedal. Yeah. It seemed pretty good. So I was really impressed with that. I was really impressed. I've yet to plug it in, and that's perhaps more where it counts.
Yeah, maybe just a tad.
But I mean, first impressions. of it are pretty good. However, that wasn't even the most exciting thing that I received this week.
No, definitely not. The next thing you're going to talk about is the most excited I've ever been for a pedal.
Yep, and you should be. It excited me, and it's not even mine. You mentioned a couple of weeks ago that you were getting a special pedal made for you, especially. This is a JSA, not a JSA, sorry, a Hello Sailor Effects. JSA on the brain. It's because I did that bloody YouTube thing, isn't it? Which we'll talk about in a moment. So, Hello Sailor Effects, and we were talking about the broadside, and you were like, "Yeah, that seems like a really, really cool idea. I think I'll get me one of them." And then I did the Tube Screamer video, and you're like, "Oh, that seems like a really, really good idea as well. I'll get one of them as well." So you essentially got both of these put in a pedal, and it's for hooking massive, which is brilliant. It is Shoreline Gold, which matches your Telecaster. Yeah. Which again is amazing. It's got this like really awesome skull graphic on the front, which just looks badass. And it just exudes awesomeness. Yeah, it's got the chrome knurled knobs which match my Telecaster. It has, yeah. And it's like the eyes for the skull are the two LEDs for each side of the pedal as well, which Indeed. It all adds up. Indeed, yeah. I mean, both you and Joe have worked together on this design, and it is absolutely fucking mental, but also amazing. Yeah. Again, I haven't plugged it in yet, but I know what both component parts sound like because I've played the broadside and I've played the Tube Screamer. Yeah. And I can only imagine brilliant things are going to happen when I plug it in. And the best the best thing is about this one, instead of you having to unplug them and swap them around on your board to change the order, there's a toggle switch on it to do it for you. There is a toggle switch. I looked at the switch and I thought, oh, is that like a clipping option or something? And then realised, no, it's not. It's order. Yeah. So that's awesome. And I can't wait to plug it in. And what's probably going to happen is I'm going to plug it in and really love it, and then like run away into the sunset with this pedal and never see anyone again. But how can you do that? Do you not want to see that pedal on top of a Shoreline Gold Telecaster? Yeah, I do actually. I'll have to steal a Shoreline Gold Telecaster on my way as well. There you go. And then I'll be sad. You will be sad. I will be sad too. But I'll also have a shit-eating grin. Yeah. Because I've got a golden pedal. I've got a golden pedal. I've got a golden pedal. Indeed. Isn't that one of the songs from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Yeah, I replaced the word ticket with the word pedal. I see what you did there. That was very clever. Very clever. As I mentioned, JSA Tube Screamer. I released a video today and I did that. Go over to my YouTube and check that out, because the JSA Tube Screamer is awesome. If you are very good, you can make one. If you are me, you can half make one and then realise that it doesn't work. I brush over that fact in the video. Or if you're me, you just can't make one. Yeah. But your way is cheaper than mine, and the result is the same. There is that. Indeed. I am going to have another attempt at it, because I bought 20 of the chip that's used in the pedal, because you can't buy one of anything, or if you do, it costs a lot of money, whereas if you buy 20 of them per part, then becomes usable. Can you not use it in anything else, or does it have to be in a chip? It's incredibly an incredibly usable chip. Mainly drives, but yeah. I just think I'm going to have a go at making this Tube Screamer again, because I want to do it. but it's far back in my list of things to do because I've got pedals that I need to make for other people first. So that's probably more important. So yeah, go check out the JSA Jeep Screamer. However, even still, not one of the most exciting things I did this week. I went to Guitar. I went with my good friend Adam Yeomans, who is both a delight and a bad influence. And we played incredibly expensive instruments. So we played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guitars. The first guitar that we played was the PRS Silver Sky. So we
very
chatted about this.
controversial guitar.
Yeah, we weren't talking favourably about it. Shall we say?
Yeah, if I remember rightly, we probably said that it would probably be an all-right guitar, but the memes were so annoying that we wished it would just go away and never come back.
Yeah. So the memes have gone, so that's okay. We played the guitar. We played a lovely red one. And it was fucking fabulous. It was just so good. So PRS are known for making perfect guitars. This was so good that I didn't even realise it had a 7.25 inch radius on it.
Really?
Yeah. It played so beautifully. It sounded so amazing. I really wanted to hate it as well. I really wanted to hate it because I was looking at it thinking, this isn't a Strat, but it is a Strat, but it isn't. I don't think I agree with this. And the colour options that they've given on them are really, really fucking boring. So I went into it thinking, I'm not really there. I'm not vibing with this instrument. And then I played it. And then I changed my mind. Because it was good. It was very good.
But with a 7.25 inch radius, did it not just choke everything you played?
Nope. And the action was set beautifully on it as well. And I did some silly bends on that guitar. I tried to make it crap out. And
it didn't. That's annoying. No. That's really annoying.
Yeah. What's even more annoying is it's 2,200. But it happens to do the Strat thing better than Fender. So yeah, that was a thing. We moved then on to the Sir Classic Pro HSS. Let me get this right. I think it was Trans Surf Green. So it was definitely my bag.
Did it start out as a man or a woman?
Who knows? I'm not even touching that one because it's such a hot topic these days.
Sorry.
Although I saw something on the internet today which I'm going to hell, but it was a T-shirt that said something like there aren't only two genders, or gender isn't binary, and then underneath it had size options, and it had man fit, woman fit. It was a beautiful juxtaposition, and it will make certain people very angry. But I found that kind of
hilarious.
The juxtaposition of the two images very, very, very funny.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
So back onto the Sir. Yeah, so I played that instantly straight after the Silver Sky, and I liked it more. It was more of a modern feeling Strat guitar. It's not to say that the Silver Sky was bad, because, like I say, the Silver Sky was phenomenal. But out of the two, because they were both very similar prices, 222, I would have gone for the Sir. Yeomans definitely would have gone for the Silver Sky. So much so, since we went to Guitar on like Sunday of last week, he has sent me like 3 WhatsApp messages saying, think I should buy it. And then like sending me a picture of the finance options going, should probably buy it. So if he hasn't already bought it by now, I imagine that I'm going to get a text message within the next maybe day or so of him going, I really should buy it. So yeah, I like the Sir a little bit more. The pickups were a little bit brighter. The humbucker was creamy and delicious and gorgeous. Yeah. Apparently, Sir make really good guitars.
They do. I've played. Was it Sir Classic Pro? Did you say?
It was a Classic Pro, yeah.
Yeah. So I've played a triple single coil one of these. Steve has some. I think he's got 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And personally, I think they're as good as the Masterbuilt that he's got. He's got a Shishkov Masterbuilt, and I think the Sir is as good as that. I think Sir do better guitars for the price point they're at than Fender do at that price point by a country mile.
Are you sure?
I am, Sir.
Oh dear. I had to, didn't I? I had to throw that in. So yeah, I mean, those were kind of 2 Stratty flavoured things. We then went on to a Gibson 335. I believe this was like a true historic or something like that. I don't know exactly what they were calling it. It was $3,000 worth of guitar. I think it was down from like 4.5. But it was, yeah, $3,000 worth of guitar. It had the nylon bridge saddles. That's how you know it's trying, because no one wants nylon bridge saddles for any elongated period of time anyway, because that it ain't gonna work. Nylon is not as strong as strings, but it sounded amazing. It sounded really good in the shop. The sustain on it. I just think of the scene from Spinal Tap, and you get the sustain from that. Yeah, I held a note on it, and it did not go away. It was just, I imagine it's still going now in the shop.
Yeah.
So
we're going for eons.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, $3,000 for a guitar is fucking ridiculous, but it was nice. And it was like your trans cherry with the block inlays, and I mean, you just think Clapton's 335, and it's that. I think out of all the guitars on that day, this is the one that I probably would have bought if I had a lot of money kicking around. So yeah, 335. Turns out they're pretty good as well. There were two guitars that we kind of ended up finally, because Guitar have recently had a shipment of G&L guitars. So we tried 2 that were the same model. So the ASAT Full of Tone. The ASAT Full of Tone
ASAT.
Yeah. It's a bit like a telly that looks like it's got P90s in it. It doesn't have a telly bridge, and it looks like it's got P90s. However, they sounded like the most telly pickups that I've ever heard. So yeah, they were really, really telly-esque. And the GNL, the American-made GNL, came in at like 1,100, something like that. And it was easily double that. It was kind of in the same ballpark as the Silver Sky and the Sur in terms of quality and in terms of playability. It was so good. You get so much for your money with the GNLs. But we thought we'd give it a try against the Eastern made one, and I don't know exactly where. I think it might have been Korean, but don't quote me. This was around the kind of 450 mark.
Yeah.
And there were differences. You could tell differences. I mean, we tried. The American one was like a rosewood board, and the Eastern one was maple. So, I mean, obviously that would be a difference. Apparently, they used the same pickups for all of the lines, so there weren't much in terms of like tonal quality. But there was definitely something, even if it weren't kind of, you couldn't quite put your finger on it. There was definitely something that would warrant you moving up to the American if you could get it. But the thing that struck me from both of these guitars was just how much you're getting for the money. And just, it's a bit ridiculous how they don't get the recognition that they really should get. Which is a bit mental. And I think in the future we might do a little showcase on some GNL stuff. Because it's
sounds like a good plan. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can work out where their Far Eastern guitars are made, but I can tell you everything else about the guitar, but not where it's made.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I didn't look on the back of the headstock, so because they usually say that.
The pickups are made in Fullerton in California. That's why they're called Fullerton.
Oh, okay, but, yeah.
Nowhere will tell me where the
not
guitar
the fact
is.
that they are full of tone.
No, unfortunately not.
You missed a trick there, GNL. But I'm going to wrap up my final thing that I did in Guitar. I tried a HX effects.
I want to know how this went. You wouldn't tell me before this podcast started.
I wouldn't tell you before the cast.
I want to know how this went. Or do I? Do I?
I don't know. Do you?
Oh, I don't know.
Right, so I only had perhaps about 20 minutes on it. So the like getting your head around how the interface works and whatnot, I managed to dial in some tones up to like where I wanted them. And I was on a busy shop floor, so the scrutiny that I could put behind this is not something that is infallible. However, the effects themselves are good. The effects themselves are good. Don't get me wrong. There are some really interesting effects on there, and some which are very, very close to what they're purporting to model. However, there was an intangible difference between the tone of the guitar plugged into the HX effects with no effects on and being plugged directly into the amplifier.
That's very interesting.
I imagine it's something to do with the AD converters. There was something, and I was trying to go through settings to figure out what was going on. Maybe there was a compressor on that I didn't know about, or maybe some EQ that was being applied at some point that I didn't know. But there was definitely something that detracted from the tone of the guitar going straight into the amplifier.
Interesting.
Indeed. Is it something that I could live with? Probably. Is it something I'm looking to buy now? I don't think I'm in any rush. So, take from that what you will.
Very interesting. Yeah, that's not what I was expecting you to say.
Yeah, it wasn't what I was expecting to hear either.
I don't think I've heard anybody say that about anything within that range. It's very odd.
It is. Maybe it was, like I say, we were going through a Roland Blues Cube, so it weren't a valve amplifier. But the Roland Blues Cube is a known entity to both myself and Yeoman's because he owns one. And through all of those guitars, it sounded great.
Yeah.
Like I say, the HX Effects was a stock unit and had all of these mental sounds on it. So like there was multiple. There was like the edge setting. There was like a shimmer reverb on one of the things, and it was a little bit mental. There was a load of stuff, and it's the interface for it isn't as crazy to alter on the fly as people mention. So it was actually easier than I thought it would be, because there's been a lot of kind of flack about editing on the fly. I think they just need to get over it, because it was fine. Honestly, I am used to Line 6 products, so perhaps that's me being a little bit more savvy than your average, but it seemed fine. I didn't have an instruction booklet in front of me, and I managed to dial in tones for certain things. The drive tones were okay. There was nothing in there that blew me away, but from the feedback, people say that the drive pedals are the things that you're kind of overlooking.
Yeah.
And it's all about the reverb modulation and delays and those crazy settings.
Yeah.
From that, I come out of that shop thinking I could get an M9 or an M13 and probably do what I wanted to do with this for a fraction of the cost, and it wouldn't be the HX Effects wouldn't be like 3-4 times better.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I took from it. Looking at our time, we really need to get onto the news, because we've got shitloads this week. So, news. Something's happened. Something like big, amazing, catastrophic. Who knows? Something big has happened this week. So, TC Electronic. What's the thing that you think of when you think of TC Electronic?
Tone print.
Yep. So tone print. That's like one of the big things. I think they're like the Apple of the guitar market, because they release kind of ultra modern, stylistic, very kind of minimalist in terms of like aesthetic, but stuff that works time and time again. If I think of TC as Apple, I think their Steve Jobs would be Tor. He's the spokesperson. He's the guy who they call him Pedal Jesus, don't they?
Yes.
But he's basically the face of TC Electronics. He almost popularized them in terms of them being a brand that people considered being a little bit cool. If people do. I mean, I consider them being quite cool, so I'm talking from my experience at least anyway. Tor, out of the blue, has decided he's no longer going to be part of TC Electronic.
Which is very interesting. Like you say, their videos are some of the better of the in-house reviews that they do. I know Electro Harmonics has always seemed to be all right. TCs seem to be all right. For everybody else, you have to kind of wait until they get into the hands of somebody who knows what they're doing to review pedals.
Absolutely.
So, and one of our mates, Carl, shared a video of what TC videos were like before Tor was there, and it was just awful.
It seemed like QVC, didn't it?
Pretty much. Exactly like QVC, yeah. It was just really bad.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to go back to that because they know what Tor did, and they can kind of emulate that a little bit. But the charisma of a kind of brand leader is something that is definitely going to be felt, isn't it? Like you say, EHX have got Mike Matthews. They've got quite a few with EHX as well, haven't they? Because a couple of their reviewers are kind of faces that crop up time and time again. But yeah, Mike Matthews usually makes an appearance on quite a lot of the videos, and you kind of it's that charisma and it's that face of the product. Tor, although he hasn't featured on all the videos, he has a hand in quite a lot of them. I've watched TC Electronic live streams on Facebook because it had Tor doing it, and he's such a charismatic man. And I'm not afraid to say he's quite sexy. He's a sexy pedal Jesus. So, yeah, what does this spell for TC?
I assume they've got to get somebody in to do that role.
Yeah, maybe. It's big shoes to fill, though, isn't it?
It is. It's going to be a difficult one, but I suppose it gives them a chance to get somebody in to do things maybe in a different way, shed a little light. You never know, they might come out better for it, but
yeah. And then
I think it's going to be it's certainly going to be a tough job for somebody to go into.
Yeah. And then the other question is, where's Tor going now?
Who knows? He could be going into his own pedal company, or he could just want a break from it. He's not made any announcement as far as I've heard.
No, he hasn't, has he? So there is this whole thing has been shrouded in mystery and just come out of left field. I wish him all the best. I think most, if not all, guitarists who know who Tor is have done exactly the same, and will look out for him in future projects because, he's, like I say, he's the Steve Jobs of... He's cooler than Steve Jobs. He doesn't have that weird turtleneck thing going on.
I thought you were going to say he's cooler than Steve Jobs. Well, he's not really cooler than Steve Jobs, is he? He's still warm and breathing.
Oh, fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Right, so... more news. Fender. Fender, a company. Jimmy Page.
I've heard of them.
Jimmy Page looks like an old Chinese woman.
I've heard of Jimmy Page.
Yeah, he used to look like a guitarist, like a rock guitarist. Not so much anymore, but yeah. So Fender and Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page actually apparently approached Fender and said, "Come on, lads, how about it? You know, my old telly. Let's get it sorted." So it was a 59 telly that Jimmy Page used throughout the Yardbirds and throughout Zeppelin as well. I mean, like a lot of classic Zeppelin. If you think some of the big Zeppelin hits aren't Les Paul hits; they are Telecaster hits.
Yeah. So the guitar was given to him by Jeff Beck when he joined the Yardbirds.
Indeed. In 1966, I've got written down here.
Yeah, and then he used it all for everything on Led Zeppelin 1 and some songs on Led Zeppelin 2 as well, is that right?
Yeah. So
plus he used it for the solo on Stairway, which is obviously one of the most iconic solos ever.
Yeah. So I mean, like if I were to rattle off some Led Zeppelin tunes, more likely than not, it's going to be a Telecaster song. So I mean, like Communication Breakdown, clearly Telecaster. Whole Lot of Love, Telecaster.
Yeah.
Stuff like Living, Loving Maid, Telecaster. Stairway, it's got a Telecaster on it. I mean, I know it's like 12-string Martin or whatever it was, and then there was a lot on that, but you've got Telecaster on it. So the Telecaster, it's stamped all over Led Zeppelin history.
Yeah.
So it started off as a normal-ish 59 telly. Then he installed a mirror guard on it, and then kind of at the start of Zeppelin's popularity, it had a dragon painted on it in his psychedelic era.
Yeah, Page painted it on himself, didn't he? He took all them weird mirror circles and painted a dragon on it because, that's what you did in the 60s. You just painted your guitar because you felt like it.
Yeah, well, the drugs were strong, and yeah, they didn't have any internet, so I suppose that's what you did, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the guitar, the whole guitar industry was a completely different monster back then, wasn't it? It was, you had a guitar, you might have two guitars. You don't have 14 fucking guitars, just because.
And you don't have a Variax either.
Yeah, exactly. So they've not given any prices. They've said that it's gonna be coming 2019, which is soon. They said that there's going to be 2 production models and 2 custom shop. So potentially one of the custom shops might be like historically accurate.
Well, from what I read, it was 2 production and 2 master built.
Okay.
Which means it's going to be like 10 grand for the master, if they are master builds.
I mean that makes sense.
Which means they probably will be historically accurate kind of true copies.
Yeah, you might find the production models are, if those guitars were made in production runs. So you might find like the dragon print on.
Yeah.
From what Fender have been doing on a Mexican guitar, to be honest.
Possibly, or they might say the standard ones are going to be a decent USA one, and then the master builds are going to be so historically accurate that they're a step above again.
Yeah. So this is kind of exciting, isn't it?
I can't wait to hear this. Like, that guitar is so iconic, and it's something that nobody talks about. Like, it's not the talk about. Everybody talks about Led Zeppelin, talks about the double neck 12-string SG thingy, whatever they're called, and they talk about Les Paul, and that's all they ever talk about. And they might talk about that DC-59 if they're talking about
Kashmir. If you're talking about any of the kind of the drop tune songs like the Dad stuff, yeah, it's all the DC, isn't it?
Yeah,
and it's
but
the reason
ever
why
talks about that telly.
Yeah, and he did use Strats as well. But yeah, I mean the telly has made a huge impact on the Led Zeppelin sound, and it's much more impact than it gets credit for.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty cool thing. And our Joe from Hello Sailor Effects has just made a telly as well. So
yeah,
not quite Jimmy Page spec, but it's making me think I should probably whip some tellies out again and give him a good scene too.
Whilst we're talking about Joe, he needs to stop sending me bloody eBay links to guitars I talk about on the podcast. Because I didn't need to know that when I searched it looking on the previous podcast, there weren't any TC90s up for sale. He then sent me a link to one that was $550, And then my eBay app on my phone went, "You've just looked at this. Why not look at this?" Which was the red. So he'd sent me a white one. And my eBay then went, "Oh, here's a red one. It won't ship, but it's in the Wirral," which means it's about 500 metres away from where you get off the boat if you go from the Isle of Man to Liverpool in November.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Not that I've been looking at boat tickets or anything.
Virtual high five to Joe, because that is the best. So we're coming up to time, but we're going to ignore the Gibson stuff. We'll do that next week. We've got a final segment today. A final segment. 69.
69. We've waited so long.
We forgot. Yeah, you thought we'd forgot. We did not forget. So this segment is called Dirty Products. Dirty Products. Because we are massively childish. And yeah, I mean, it's what you expect from us. Come on. So I've handpicked a selection of products which have got silly, childish, dirty names. So the first one is the Way Huge Swollen Pickle. Because I don't think it's talking about a form of pickled goods. So the Way Huge Swollen Pickle, it's a muff style fuzz, which muff. It has your standard controls on it. Strap your seatbelt on, Matt. Get ready for this this childish ride. It's got your standard controls, your tone, sustain, and the other one level. That's it. But it's also got a mid control, which does scoop mids and flat, so you can be lost in the mix, or you can, actually be heard. And then a crunch control for compression. So legit pedal.
Yeah.
Silly name. Swollen Pickle. They also do variants on it, like the Russian Pickle, and I think there's like Mark II out now as well, which is a smaller box as well. So that's a thing. Way Huge is definitely a company we don't give. I mean, they're called Way Huge as well. I mean, we've got to give them props for that as well.
Yeah, and it's not the only innuendo they do. Obviously, they've got the camel toe, and they've got
of course they have. Yeah, that's it. So, hats off to you, dirty bastards. Next company, Friedman. They do guitars. They do amplifiers. Their kind of breakout amplifier was the BE 100, which is the brown eye. Yep. And they followed that with a kind of a more compact version, which is called the Pink Taco. So yeah, the Pink Taco is a 20 watt EL84 loaded amplifier. So it's a Marshall that's better than a Marshall. It's the Marshalls that Marshall should be making, isn't it?
Yes.
But yeah, so it's called the Brown Eye. So we've got the Brown Eye and the Pink Taco. They also do the Dirty Shirley, don't they? Which
they do, which is their version of whatever Angus Young uses, because obviously, yeah, they just like innuendos again and just inappropriate names, and another fantastic company that are slightly childish minded, which is amazing.
Yeah, so I mean, having a slightly childish mind and drawing balls on a fuzz pedal, it's the sign of genius, surely. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Indeed. I've got one final product. And this one is perhaps the king of all childish, silly, and dirty names. This is the Pussy Melter. So childish, in fact, that the manufacturer of the pedal didn't stick their name to it. Although we all have our suspicions that it might be KHDK. I don't know. Am I allowed to say that? Here you go. Boop. I might edit in that over the top of it. So
yeah,
who knows? So yeah, the Pussy Melter. It's literally just smut the entire way through. It's got dirty, load, booty, and sizzle controls. And it has. I know it's terrible, isn't it? And it goes. Yeah, the go on, Matt. What's the toggle go?
I can't remember now. Is it? Oh, I can't remember.
One of them begins with M.
Oh, I can't remember. I'd forgotten it. It was in my head and it's just gone. You'll have to say it. We've
got moist. We've got a moist control. It's like a toggle switch, and it goes from moist to gushing. So
genius, just genius. And what's the input and output called? Because that's something else, isn't it? Is that just in and out? I can't remember now. I'm pretty sure they.
Yeah, stick it in, and yeah, it's something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the award for the most childish product, the most insanely dirty product goes to the Pussy Melter by Steel Panther. And I was reading the article about it actually, and our Satchel's got a fair point. Is that he was saying they never wanted to get into the pedal game. It was never their intention. But these things sold massively. They sold out of the pre-orders and they got them into production. And he said it's really important that that he feels that they're allowed to make these comments because it's a freedom of speech. He doesn't go around telling people what they can and can't say. And if you are offended by it, you can just avoid it. So
it's quite easy to just avoid, especially as it's a guitar pedal.
Yeah. And so that's that was Satchel's take on it, and I think it raises a valid point. And I think this is a topic for a completely other podcast. Not us, because we're not delicate in any way.
Right. Let's leave that there and just say that products that didn't quite make it into our list that were close were obviously Big Ben's nut sauce. If you can't afford a direct Graph Tech nut, get some Big Ben's nut sauce. And if you need even more treatment for your guitar, you can just get yourself a Big Ben's nut sack as well.
Oh yeah. So Big Ben's, I think, that's definitely, it should have been on that list, really, shouldn't it? There you go. It could be the hidden fourth one. And I think that is going to be our podcast for tonight. So, if you want to get involved with the podcast, we are on Facebook. We are in the Facebook group, which is the Fret Talk Podcast group. You have to search it, or if you go in the show notes, there's a link in there. If you want to find myself, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap, you go facebook.com/Budget Pedal Chap, instagram.com/Budget Pedal Chap, or you go on YouTube. And don't forget, if you start throwing some subscriptions over that way, you're throwing an extra pedal into the pot for the competition. If you want to find Matt, he's a co-host on another podcast. Where does he find the time? It's the Bad Buckers podcast. It's about wrestling. And you can get 15 minutes of non-wrestling talk at the start.
Just as a bit of a spoiler, every fourth week I'm not on the other podcast because I don't have the time.
Fair play. And if you want to catch Matt on Twitter, it is heel_MattQ. Correct?
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. And that is pretty much us for this week. Is there any other shout-outs we need to do?
shout outs to Friedman, Way Huge, Big Ben's, and KHDK, even though it's not them.
Yeah, allegedly. There we go, covered ourselves. So from myself, Mr. Budgie Pedal Chop, from the laughing guy in the Isle of Man, Mr. Matt Quine, it's going to be a goodbye and good night for this week. Chatty bye.
69.
69. Oh yeah.
That was quite enjoyable.
It was, yeah. I think we managed to pull off the whole we're not talking about it for a long while.
Yes, pretty much.
And we even going sensible.
Left the odd innuendo in there to make people think that we really had forgotten, and then hit them in the face with it at the end.
Boom. That's it.